what's up from OG Reefs and Aquariums. So today, I'm all over the place, guys. Look, we're installing. So, if you saw, I have to start all over. Okay. Anyway, I have expensive fish. I've lost expensive fish. Where expensive fish died. We lost 2 Achilles tang that probably cost us about $900. You add them both together with everything, right? So now we have a gym tang. His name is Spotty. Here he is. And along with Spotty, we got other fish. We have what's the blue tang name again? We have goof. Here's about the size of maybe a nickel or quarter. We got it. Look how big she is now. Anyway, we can't keep pulling these fish out every time we see a spot because it's too hard, and we tear down the reef. It just becomes a big mess, right? There it is, the reef. So we're gonna go UV sterilization. Hold on a minute. All right. So you still gotta quarantine your fish, but this will resist the outbreak of ick and other bacteria which can kill your fish. Now, if you have ick in your tank, it's not going to eradicate it. It'll take it down to where it's manageable, but you can never, ever, ever truly kill ick. So the first thing you do, keep it out of your tank. Then you use UV sterilization to keep it from getting in your tank. With that said, it also going to help with the algae. You should clear up my glass. A lot of benefits, right? But this is the thing. Here it is. It's big. First of all, it's huge. 25 water, comes with a ton of pieces, right? So basically for this unit you want to run between 79 and 130 gallons per hour of water through it, so that flow rates for bacteria. You run it higher for just algae, but since I'm running for bacteria, I went what smallest pump I could find was this 158 gallons per hour. Now that's at 2 feet. Now of course this will drop off, so I'm pretty sure this is going to dial me in, but once I put that in line, I'm going to use this to restrict the water a little bit. Even if I restricted half, 158, I'm still in the range for bacteria control, and the longer the water is in the better it is. I do have an apex. I was going to run a flow meter, but they flow meters start at 150 gallons per hour. All right, so it wouldn't do me any good. So I went and bought all my step downs and all this, and I got to glue this. So I'm going to take it up to the tank. So I'm going to show you that sped up. But the actual setup and installation of this unit, I'm going to refer to a BRS video because they break it down real good. So I'm going to run through it fast, set it up, get it going, get it installed, and then we're going to take over from where I get installed, how I actually got it to run in my Waterbox 110. Before the actual setup of it, you can refer to me. Also, you can refer to the video down in the description because he really gives it a breakdown, step by step, piece by piece. All right, let's get to it. All right, now the small pump. I'm going to put this together, put the feet on it, and then attach it to the hose. And what I'm going to do is, guys, I'm actually going to have that pump from the return chamber in the actual sump. So guys, you can have a circulating loop. You can go from one end of the sump, like where the water comes into the sump, pump it into the UV, out of UV to where the return is. But what I'm gonna try to do is to utilize and make sure that you get the most efficiency is take the water into the UV from the pump area of the sump. That means the water already passed through the channel, the skimmer, etc. Right? Pump that into the UV, out of the UV up into the tank. Now, what that's going to do is it's also going to drop the gallons per hour. Remember, I'm looking for about 78 to 150 gallons per hour for best range for it control. It's rated at 158. It's already some drop off, so it might do it for me. So let me go ahead and set this up. We'll go ahead and connect the hose and then take it from there. Okay, so this is connected to the small pump. The small pump is actually going to go into the return section of the sump, and then we're going to feed it out to the side. So we're going to do that right now. Okay, so there it is. It's ran going to the side. Run this cable over to the apex so I can control it. Cable's coming out to the corner here. Go ahead and connect this real quick to the bottom. I'm gonna run the top, hang it on the edge of the tank, do a water test, everything good, put it in a tube. Alright guys, so the wires are ran. So this is the only thing. I don't have a piece so I could put the restrictor in line, the ball valve. So what I did is I left the return longer. Alright, it's coming up. Now it's going here to the tank, see, to this V. The V's off, and that's for back siphoning, so it doesn't back siphon, right? Now, when you come to the site, it says that for bacteria, you want 79 to 131 gallons per hour. This pump is rated at 158. At 2 feet head. So what I did until I put the ball valve in, I left the hose longer, so that's more than 2 feet. So I'm really close to where I need to be now. Once I put the ball in, I slightly close it down, quarter away. That'll drop me between 79 and 131, and that's good to go. I also ran the power to an open spot on the apex where I'm gonna have it so that when everything cuts off, it actually cuts off the UV. Now I'm going to wet test it, let it run for 24 hours. If no leaks, then I'm going to install the bulb, so we continue this video tomorrow.
24 hours later.
We have water, Let's see if we got any leaks.
You don't know anybody who wants to keep it up in one day.
No.
Thank you.
No leaks. Let's check it out a little bit and come back.
24 hours later.
Just watch as an ordinary melon wrinkles, ages, and decays, while the remarkable melon on the right stays fresh and firm.
Alright, so guys, I know it's Mr. Change. I'll explain to you in a second. Here's the UV set up and running. Bulbs installed, see the light. Output top, input the bottom. See, I have a wet floor sensor underneath the unit. The reason I put it on top of a napkin is because with these, I've noticed with the wet floor sensors, when the temperature or the moisture or when the floor gets a little damp, it sets off the temperature, sets off the monitor, excuse me. So it's not really a leak, but it's a change. It's enough to set it off. So what I do is I put it on top of a napkin. Now, that change in the temperature, the coldness in the floor doesn't set off the monitor, but if the actual napkin gets wet, absorbs moisture, which means there's water present, then it sets it off. Had to do a quick change. I couldn't take the output to the top of the tank because, well, small pump couldn't make it up that high because that's like a 4-foot increase, right? So I'm taking water from the where the tank actually, the input to the tank, so where the drain comes into the sump, I'm taking water into and I'm taking out into the return. So it's actually a closed loop. It's not ideal, but it'll work. This used to be sterilization. Installed and running. There's return. There's the input and the output. So that's it. OG Reese's Aquariums. Give you guys an update. If I start seeing any kind of change in the algae growth. But right now I need to clean the tank up. It's running, no leaks. We're good to go. Like, subscribe, OG Reese's Aquariums, and I'm out. One more thing. I now control it via the Apex. I had an open called UV, one called Doser. This is going to be the pump. This is going to be the UV light that I control from the Apex. Other than that, I want to get that program and get it relabeled. We're good to go. OG Reese's Aquariums, I'm out.